We often assume that wealth is loud, flashy, and immediately visible through expensive cars, jewelry, or high-end fashion. Yet, in reality, true financial comfort is frequently revealed through subtle, almost invisible markers that only a keen observer can detect. Wealthy individuals often make choices that reflect long-term thinking, refined taste, and strategic planning rather than overt displays of money. From the way they carry themselves to the spaces they inhabit and the experiences they seek, these understated signals speak volumes about their financial status without demanding attention. There is a natural fascination in society with identifying who is wealthy and who is not. People watch, analyze, and sometimes envy these subtle indicators, trying to decode the clues left behind in everyday life. Is it the quiet confidence in their posture, the careful selection of a timeless outfit, or the deliberate choice of a well-curated home? Often, these small decisions reveal far more than extravagant spending ever could. This guide seeks to illuminate those subtle choices, offering insight into how wealth manifests in the everyday behaviors, aesthetics, and lifestyles of affluent individuals. By paying attention to these markers, one can gain a deeper understanding of how financial comfort shapes decisions, priorities, and even social presence in ways that are both elegant and discreet. Wealthy individuals rarely rely on flashy logos or excessive ornamentation to signal their status. Instead, they prioritize quality over quantity, investing in pieces that endure both in style and durability. Well-tailored outfits are one of the most telling markers. A suit or dress that fits perfectly, without any need for over-the-top branding, immediately conveys refinement and attention to detail. These garments suggest that the wearer values craftsmanship and understands the importance of presentation, rather than simply chasing trends. Subtle designer labels also play a role. While a wealthy person may own luxury brands, they often choose items with discreet insignias or minimalist designs that only a discerning eye would recognize. This understated approach reflects confidence. The individual does not need to advertise their financial status overtly because their sophistication speaks for itself. Timeless pieces, classic coats, leather shoes, or simple accessories are favored over fast fashion items. The emphasis is on investment in wardrobe essentials that remain stylish over years, rather than fleeting trends, signaling both taste and financial prudence. Attention to grooming complements this refined style. Well-maintained hair, clean and polished shoes, and subtle but elegant accessories demonstrate that they invest in personal care as much as they invest in clothing. Collectively, these choices communicate sophistication, self-respect, and financial stability, all without overt display. By observing these nuances, one can often discern who has the means to prioritize quality and timelessness in their wardrobe, revealing wealth in ways that are elegant, deliberate, and entirely understated. Accessories are often where subtle wealth reveals itself most clearly. Wealthy individuals tend to select items like watches, bags, shoes, and minimal jewelry with careful consideration, choosing quality and craftsmanship over flashy displays. A classic watch with a timeless design, a handcrafted leather bag, or elegant shoes can indicate sophistication and financial confidence without ever screaming for attention. Even small details, like cufflinks, belts, or understated rings, reflect an appreciation for refinement and personal style. The key difference between ostentation and discreet luxury lies in intention. Ostentation demands attention, relying on bold logos or exaggerated designs, while discreet luxury communicates confidence quietly, showing that the individual does not need to broadcast wealth to demonstrate it. These subtle choices reveal values, a preference for quality, attention to detail, and the ability to invest thoughtfully. Observing such nuances offers insight into a person's taste, priorities, and often their financial standing, all through understated elegance. A person's living environment often serves as a quiet reflection of wealth, taste, and values. Wealthy individuals tend to curate their homes with intentionality, emphasizing minimalist elegance rather than cluttered extravagance. Quality takes precedence over quantity. Handcrafted furniture, carefully chosen artwork, and well-integrated design elements indicate that each item was selected for both aesthetic appeal and durability. Every piece contributes to a cohesive visual story, reflecting thoughtfulness, discernment, and an eye for harmony rather than mere indulgence. Investment in decor often extends beyond furniture and art to include architectural details, lighting, and spatial planning. Subtle choices, like a well-placed sculpture, designer lighting fixture, or custom cabinetry, reveal an understanding of design principles and a willingness to allocate resources wisely for long-term satisfaction and value. These decisions demonstrate financial literacy. Instead of spending impulsively, affluent individuals prioritize quality, longevity, and the overall experience of their living space. Moreover, a refined home communicates sophistication to visitors and mirrors the owner's personal standards. It is less about ostentation and more about signaling that careful consideration, taste, and discernment govern their choices. By observing these subtleties, one can recognize wealth that manifests in discretion, elegance, and cultivated aesthetic awareness. Wealth often reveals itself in how individuals approach food and dining. Affluent people tend to prioritize quality and experience over convenience or price, choosing restaurants and meals that offer both exceptional taste and thoughtful presentation. Their grocery selections frequently emphasize fresh, organic, or artisanal ingredients, reflecting a commitment to health, quality, and culinary knowledge. Subtle indicators of wealth in dining include a discerning wine collection, attention to plating and presentation, and interest in gourmet or culturally rich cuisine. They may seek unique dining experiences, such as chefs' tasting menus, private dining, or culinary tours, valuing education and enjoyment over mere consumption. Even at home, meals are prepared or curated with care, showcasing both sophistication and appreciation for detail. Planning is another telling factor. Affluent travelers often invest time in research and organization, curating itineraries that maximize both enjoyment and personal growth. They may choose destinations that offer cultural depth, wellness retreats, or adventure experiences, valuing memories and experiences over material souvenirs. Their choices demonstrate an ability to manage time effectively, balancing leisure with personal enrichment, work obligations, or networking opportunities. Moreover, travel habits reflect financial freedom and long-term planning. The ability to explore the world without compromise, seek bespoke experiences, and enjoy comfort with discretion illustrates not only wealth but a mindset oriented toward quality, efficiency, and self-investment. By observing these travel patterns, one can discern subtle markers of affluence, revealing sophistication, taste, and the privilege to prioritize experiences over cost. Wealth often becomes apparent in the thoughtful way individuals approach technology. Affluent people tend to invest in premium devices, smartphones, laptops, tablets, or home automation systems that offer durability, efficiency, and seamless integration into their lifestyle. Subtle indicators include customized gadgets, early adoption of innovative technologies, or high-quality accessories that enhance functionality rather than simply serve as status symbols. The key difference lies in purpose and integration. Wealthy users prioritize technology that simplifies life, improves productivity, or enhances personal and professional experiences, rather than flaunting the latest gadget purely for attention. A smart home system, advanced audio setup, or cutting-edge wearable may be present, but it is used practically and elegantly. These choices reflect lifestyle integration, sophistication, and an understanding of long-term value. Observing someone's approach to technology, how they select, maintain, and use devices, can offer subtle insight into their financial capacity, priorities, and the emphasis they place on efficiency, quality, and forward-thinking living. Social behavior often reveals wealth through the company individuals keep and the networks they cultivate. Affluent people tend to surround themselves with like-minded, ambitious, or influential individuals, creating connections that are both meaningful and strategic. Their conversations reflect sophistication, awareness of current events, and the ability to engage thoughtfully without arrogance or oversharing. Philanthropy is another subtle marker. Wealthy individuals often contribute to causes, foundations, or community initiatives in ways that align with their values, signaling both financial capacity and a desire to effect positive change. Networking etiquette further distinguishes them. They understand the importance of relationships, follow social protocols, and maintain respect and discretion in interactions. These behaviors demonstrate that wealth extends beyond material possessions. Strategic relationships, understated influence, and refined social conduct indicate financial stability, foresight, and cultivated taste. By observing social cues and networking patterns, one can recognize the subtle ways wealth manifests in interpersonal dynamics, influence, and the way affluent individuals navigate their social worlds. Wealth often reveals itself in how individuals prioritize personal health and fitness. Affluent people typically invest in private trainers, specialized fitness programs, or exclusive wellness retreats to maintain peak physical condition. Nutrition is another subtle marker. They often choose high-quality, organic, or specialized foods that support long-term health rather than inexpensive convenience options. Wellness routines, such as meditation, yoga, or personalized recovery programs, further indicate a commitment to maintaining balance and longevity. These habits demonstrate foresight and a proactive approach, reflecting both financial means and an understanding that health is a long-term investment. Unlike superficial displays, these choices are consistent, disciplined, and integrated into daily life, signaling a lifestyle built around sustainability, resilience, and personal growth. By observing someone's dedication to fitness, nutrition, and overall wellness, one can gain insight into their priorities and subtle indicators of wealth. Such practices reveal financial freedom, long-term planning, and the capacity to allocate resources toward well-being rather than instant gratification. Wealth often manifests not just in possessions but in the way individuals make decisions. Affluent people tend to prioritize long-term value, carefully considering investments, savings, and strategic opportunities that offer sustainable returns rather than instant gratification. Their choices reflect calculated risk-taking, whether in financial ventures, career moves, or lifestyle decisions, demonstrating foresight and confidence in planning for the future. Subtle behaviors, like negotiating thoughtfully, evaluating quality over cost, and making deliberate purchases, reveal a mindset oriented toward efficiency and long-term stability. They tend to allocate resources to experiences, education, or assets that appreciate in value, showing that wealth is as much about intelligence and planning as it is about money itself. Observing these patterns provides insight into financial literacy and decision-making skills. The ability to consistently make thoughtful, strategic choices signals wealth in a way that transcends material possessions, reflecting self-discipline, awareness, and the privilege to focus on sustainable outcomes rather than short-term indulgences. True wealth is often revealed not through overt displays of money, but through subtle, deliberate choices that reflect taste, values, and priorities. From clothing and accessories to home decor, dining habits, travel, and social behavior, each nuanced decision communicates financial comfort, sophistication, and foresight. Observing these patterns allows one to understand lifestyle and mindset beyond material possessions. The wealthy tend to invest in quality, long-term value, and personal well-being, demonstrating discernment and strategic thinking. By paying attention to these understated markers in everyday life, anyone can gain insight into how affluence shapes behavior, decisions, and the way individuals navigate the world.